6 books every entrepreneur should read. If you're running a startup or thinking about creating a company, there are 6 books I think you need to read. The 6 books are Richard Branson, Losing My Virginity, Jim Collins' Good to Great, Eric Ries, The Lean Startup, Tony Fadell, Build, Jeffrey Moore, Crossing the Chasm, and Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And now I'm going to tell you why. Richard Branson, Losing My Virginity. What is it? Richard Branson's story about how he built his Virgin empire from a humble start as a student magazine to an international music publisher and transatlantic airline. He's very open about the numerous times he nearly lost everything and how he managed to find a way around these near disasters. He also deviates into his world record breaking attempts and what the psychology of record breaking has in common with building a business. Why read it? It's a gripping, easy read. It's a book I couldn't put down. It inspires you to grab an opportunity and just to get started. So it's great for those moments when you're feeling as though someone's taken the wind out your sails. And it's got lots of lessons both by example and also by reading between the lines. What you'll learn: the right philosophy for starting a business, how to treat customers and staff, how to turn anything into a marketing opportunity, and avoiding disasters by taking a bold move. Jim Collins' Good to Great. What is it? An easy reading analysis of the US businesses which outperformed the stock market and why. It's based on actual hard data rather than just being speculation and hypothesis. And it's broken down into chapters, with each chapter being a different principle based upon what he has observed in these outperforming companies. Why read it? It helps you figure out what sort of company you should build to be successful, so it gets you pointed in the right direction. And it's also a distilled summary of some very interesting companies on their own: Gillette, Abbott Laboratories, and Walgreens. What you'll learn: the ingredients to put into a company to make it outperform competitors, the qualities of a great leader, and mistakes to avoid which took down large companies. Eric Ries, The Lean Startup. What is it? An almost step-by-step explanation for how to spin up a technology business based upon case studies of successful companies. Why read it? It tells you how to break the long path to your big idea down into stepping stones and which order to put them in. And it will stop you wasting time and money on dead ends and things that will go nowhere. What you'll learn: how to fail fast, which means how to detect very early on when an idea isn't going to work before you've spent any real time and money on it. How to cope with the huge uncertainties that exist when creating a new product or service. How much to build or develop at each stage of the company. And mistakes to avoid which caused other startups to run out of money. Book 4 is Tony Fadell, Build. What is it? The perfect product development mentor every entrepreneur wishes they had, all in a book. It's based on stories from the author's own startups and his time designing and developing both the iPod and iPhone at Apple, and also the Nest thermostat at Nest. It's composed into sensible chapters so serves as a good reference guide, and it works both for companies that make products as well as those that do services. Why read it? It gives you the steps for creating a new amazing product or service from scratch, and how this varies from an entrepreneur building your company's only product to an intrapreneur creating a new product or service from within a big multinational. And it's very practical with lots of no-nonsense advice. And what you'll learn: the difference between a mediocre product and an amazing one. and how to design the amazing product, and the key ingredients in a team that will get you there. Book 5 is Geoffrey Moore, Crossing the Chasm. What is it? An analysis of customers and how they differ in terms of willingness to buy new things. An explanation of the psychology that drives people's decision to buy something or not. Why read it? It'll map out what you need to do next after the lean startup. In other words, after you've got your company on its feet and are getting early customers. It gets you thinking about your product and service and marketing through the eyes of your customer. What you'll learn? How people differ in their technology readiness. How to find the first customers. How to scale up to reach the majority of customers and what changes you'll need to make to get there. And based upon that, it will give you a sense of how much investment you might need to get your company to a break-even point. Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. What is it? A seminal book written by an experienced businessman who just got people. It was originally published in 1936, and it's anecdotal studies of likeable people who got results and why they were able to get people to side with them. Why read it? It'll show you how to behave so that you and your company are more successful. And it'll cast light on the things that you are probably doing that annoys people. What you'll learn: how to lead people, how to get people to cooperate by showing them what's in it for them first, how to make change happen when someone else is making the decisions, and how not to be a dick in general. 6 books: Richard Branson, Losing My Virginity; Jim Collins, Good to Great; Eric Ries, The Lean Startup; Tony Fadell, Build; Geoffrey Moore, Crossing the Chasm; and Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Happy reading.